I want to believe it was a lone gunman who was a tranny or something. I want to believe that.
That is a lot better of an answer, a lot more comfortable.
Well, 100%. I want that. By the way, I'm a middle-aged man. I'm a normie. I don't want to believe anything other than what they tell me.
So we are very much in our ongoing posture of investigation.
So others could have been involved.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, the name that we had received was, it turned out, somebody that actually provided the only eyewitness testimony of having seen the shooter up close, limping.
Okay, so here's what's going on. Tucker Carlson is out here saying that the federal government didn't just make mistakes in the Charlie Kirk assassination investigation. He's saying they may have held back evidence, maybe even destroyed some of it. And now everyone is just expected to believe an official story that honestly doesn't fully add up. And the really wild part is this. He's not even mad at regular people for asking questions. Instead, he's pointing the finger at the government itself. Because of that, people are now wondering if evidence was actually hidden or erased. Who else might have known about it? And why Turning Point USA has been so quiet about everything.
I think that a lot of people feel very underwhelmed by the way it was handled by Cash, the way it was handled by every government official involved.
So, as most people remember, Charlie Kirk was assassinated months ago, and almost right away, the public was told it was a lone gunman, Tyler Robinson. Case closed. That was it. Everyone was basically told to accept it and move on. And a lot of people really tried to do that. They wanted to believe the official story because, let's be honest, believing it is the easiest thing to do. But as time went on, the story started to feel unfinished. Not crazy, not dramatic, just like something was missing. Tucker Carlson ended up saying what a lot of people were quietly thinking. He said that if this case was really that simple, it wouldn't still feel so wrong. His main point was basically, why are regular people being treated like it's their job to prove the government wrong? That's not how things are supposed to work. If the government says it was a lone gunman, fine, then show the evidence. Lay everything out clearly and make it make sense.
No calls for the FBI or authorities in Utah or the college. Like, there's no pressure on them. What?
Things didn't get any better when Kash Patel and the FBI seemed to just hit pause on the whole situation. There were no updates, no real movement, and no strong follow-through, even though many people felt like there was clearly more to the story. That silence only created more questions. Because when something this serious suddenly goes quiet, people don't see that as confidence. They see it as avoiding the issue.
I know what that feels like, and that's why as the FBI director, I'm committing to not ever have that ever happen again. But I'm also committed to fully investigating what was done, and that matter is still ongoing.
Then there's the Erica Kirk situation, which made a lot of people uneasy, even if they didn't want to say it out loud. She publicly forgave the shooter. And to be clear, forgiveness itself isn't wrong at all. That's her choice. But she did it before there was even a conviction. To many people, that didn't feel like real closure. Instead, it felt more like a message, almost like saying, this is the story, this is the ending, and everyone needs to stop asking questions now. Then there's the video problem, which might be one of the biggest red flags in this entire case. Tucker talked about surveillance footage that supposedly shows the shooter running across a roof. Some of the video has been released, but not all of it. That's where people get stuck. Why only show a small clip? Why not release the full video so everyone can see everything for themselves? If there's truly nothing to hide, then why not show it all? Unless there's something the feds know that they don't want people connecting just yet.
And so it's like, if you have the video of the shooter running to get off the roof, you have the video of them taking the shot. And so it's these little things where you don't take that step to release the evidence that is so in our faces, to just give a little bit of trust to the public, to clarify things. It's like, why don't you take this step for trust? Because like you're saying, it's their job to...
Then there's the question of motive, which is still pretty much a big empty space. Up to now, no one really knows why Tyler Robinson did this. Was it about his beliefs? Was it personal? Did he just wake up one day and decide to destroy his own life? No one has explained that part in a way that feels believable. And this clearly wasn't a random moment. This attack was planned.
But okay, was he transgender? Was he on hormones? Was he? How do you go from being this seemingly normal person to murdering a stranger with almost a dead certainty you'll be punished, you'll spend life in prison or be executed for it. Like, that's a lot. That's a deep commitment, okay? I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Of course it does, but like, how did it happen in this case?
Yeah, and tell us the facts, right?
Yeah. And it's like, shut up.
That's exactly why the official explanations start to sound strange to a lot of people. Authorities keep saying they can't share more details because it might affect the jury pool. But Tucker, who has covered crime stories for decades, says that excuse doesn't really hold up. He points out that law enforcement usually shares their version of events early on without a problem.
Well, you wouldn't want a tainted jury pool.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
After all of that, Tucker brings up something that makes the whole situation even more uncomfortable. He said he actually knew Charlie Kirk personally, not just from television or public events. And according to Tucker, Charlie believed strongly in asking questions. He respected people who challenged systems and didn't blindly trust authority. Charlie wasn't someone who wanted silence or unquestioned loyalty. So when Tucker sees people being attacked, mocked, or shut down just for asking questions about Charlie's death, he says it goes completely against who Charlie really was.
And I never say this, but I just will say I know Charlie really well. Like, not just green room friends. I know him really well, and loved him. And I know for a fact that his whole life is testament to this. He was for inquiry, honest questions. And people are like, oh, just asking questions? Charlie would be like, yeah, just asking questions. Yeah. That is my birthright.
Yeah. As an American citizen.
If Charlie truly believed in questioning power systems and official stories, then why is everyone suddenly being told to stay quiet now? Why does asking questions suddenly make someone the bad guy? While the public is being told there's nothing more to see, Candace Owens comes forward with a claim that makes a lot of people stop and think. She says that a Turning Point USA insider named Andrew Colvett allegedly told her there was a threat against Charlie before he was killed. That claim directly clashes with what Erica Kirk has been saying publicly. Erica has been very clear about this. She says Charlie was not sending messages saying he was about to be killed. She says she had his phone, reviewed everything herself, and there were no such messages. Candace is basically saying that's not true. She hints that Erica may not be fully honest about what Charlie knew or what information was shared before his death. Once that claim is out there, things escalate quickly. Candace starts throwing out different theories, including Israeli involvement, Turning Point USA leadership knowing more than they admit, and even possible U.S. military connections. Eventually, Erica responds directly to Candace during an interview with CBS News, asking her to stop spreading what she calls conspiracy theories.
What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now? Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
But by then, the damage is already done. People start looking at the whole situation and asking, if there was no warning ahead of time, why are their claims saying the opposite? And if warnings really did exist, then who knew about them? And why didn't anyone act? That's when the word cover-up starts spreading online. And here's the thing, people aren't blaming random interns or outsiders. They're saying that if something is being hidden, it would have to come from inside Turning Point USA itself. More specifically, many people point to the one person who controls the narrative right now, Erica Kirk. Not as proven fact, but as the person with the most control over what gets said, what stays quiet, and when the conversation ends. And at this point, it feels like it may only be a matter of time before the full truth comes out.